Hello and welcome to Hammer Down Woodworking. My name is Tracy. My name is Tracy. Archie, I'm trying to talk here. I should have never told him he could help. He didn't even wear any safety glasses. Anyway, today we are going to work on a drill press cabinet to hold my drill bits on my drill press. Well, like most of anyone that has a garage or a shop that does woodworking or automotive work or anything, you have all kinds of drill bits and stuff. You have things that just gets, for me, gets scattered here and there. And I've decided just to using scrap material that I had around the shop to build a cabinet to go on top of this platform for my drill press to be able to put a drawer in it and have a place to put my drill bits. So I start out getting some measurements and then I just start cutting all the wood down. I haven't drawn up any plans for this. It's a box construction, it's real simple. And I just start cutting my pieces down to make my box frame and also the drawers. Get everything cut to width, and then I go over to the miter saw and cut everything to length. And I really need to get to work on that miter saw station. And with this being shop furniture, I'm going to use pocket hole joinery in this, pocket hole and glue. And this is the frame of the box that's going to set on top of the platform on my drill press. I've got plenty of clearance. I can lower that down and still have room for dropping my bit down to pretty well anything that I'll be using the drill press for. And I want the top of it to be fairly thick and stable and steady, so I'm layering two pieces of plywood to go on top of this to make the top. And just like that, it's all clamped up. This is the drawer front, and I didn't have a big enough piece of scrap wood, so I glued two together, made a panel, and then I cut that down to the length and width that I needed to make this drawer front. And for the construction of the front of this going on to this drawer box, I'm cutting well, you'll see it here in just a minute. I'm cutting a dado in it. And then I take a rabbet bit and cut the opposing groove on the router. Of course, the back of the box, or the back of the drawer, will be pocket hole, so it'll be hidden. It'll be stouted up, and that's that joint. That's on the front. The back of it is, like I said, is going to have pocket screws in it. And then I take a 1/4-inch bit and I cut a groove. And I made several passes at this. Made a groove to receive my drawer bottom, which was made out of 2 1/8-inch pieces of hardboard. I didn't have any 1/4-inch material in here, so I took 2 1/8-inch pieces of hardboard and made a bottom, and it's pretty stout. It's going to have quite a bit of weight in it, so that held it. And this piece here, the front, with that joinery for the drawer itself, I had to start and stop in between those 2 dados in the end of it. That way my groove wouldn't go all the way through. And that's a shallow pass there. I went back and went over all those till I got them to the depth that I needed. Then it's time to join that frame of the drawer together. And then check it for square, and those little corner jigs like that work very, very good for this. I don't know if you can really tell that a lot about it on camera or not, but it was dead on the money. Then the front of this construction is just assemble those joints with just glue. And then I measure diagonally across from corner to corner to check for square. There's the thumbs up, it is square. And then I cut the back of this drawer short so I could just slide the bottom into it. And with it being plywood and hardboard, I didn't have to allow for any or room for movement, so I just screwed that down. This is a bandsaw blade for a portable mill. I had VK Milling and Hardwoods come over and saw some lumber up for me, and we burnt this blade by hitting a fencing staple that was inside of one of the trees. So I'm going to use it to make a drawer stop. Like I said, I'm just using stuff from around the shop, and this being spring steel, I figured it might do a pretty good job, and it did. I cut the teeth off that and cut off the length that I need. And this is the piece that's going to hold the assembly for the faux front, and also hold the drawer stop. And that is glued and screwed. Then I use an 1/8 inch shim to just check it and make sure that everything is lining up the way that I want it to. Now back to that drawer front. I just mark out a spot in a piece of 2x4 that I've milled square. This one had been used to kind of pound stuff into space before in other constructions, and it had a few dents in it, but it will work fine for this. Drill a couple of holes in that so it can sit down in its slot in that piece of wood. And then I take my vise and bend a slight angle on it and screw it to that block of wood. Now this steel is pretty strong, so I glued and screwed this piece in place because I didn't want to get it together, have it up in there, and it start to come out, because then I'd have to disassemble the whole box to be able to get to it to fix it. And then I added a small chamfer to the top of the drawer into the bottom of that faux front, just to kind of break the two up. And this box is still, at this point, is not bolted down to the top of the drill press. But here's how that stop works. It hangs down and it will catch the back of the drawer, and when you want it up, just pull the drawer out some, reach in and push up on it till it clears the bottom of the drawer, or the top of the drawer back. And then everything is screwed down to that case, and then the top is screwed on. And then time to cut a whole bunch of miters. I decided to dress this plywood out, the edges of it, with just some pine strips that I had laying around the shop, and I just glued and pin nailed that on. Okay, I'm making this out of just materials that I had in the shop. It doesn't have to be spectacular or anything like that. It's just made out of scrap material in the shop. And I found this old handle in my hardware, and it's old. It's been taken off something else, but I've got the screws and got the handle, and all I need is one handle for the center of this drawer. I wanted to take this opportunity to show you a jig. It's going to kind of be a commercial for Sommerfeld tools, but this is called the Easy Mark. And if you do a lot of cabinetry type work, or even just your shop furniture where you're putting door handles and stuff on, this is a must-have. So easy to set up. These right here are adjustable. You just loosen them, slide them out, and get them lined up with whatever handle that you're using. They're real easy. Just loosen it and slide it, and both of them slide on both sides to meet the width of your handle. As you can see, all the way in is standard for this handle. This drawer face is 19.5 inches wide, and you've got to stop right here, and you've got a ruler that goes from the inside out on both sides. And I've already put my stop where it needs to go, and you just set that on your drawer and adjust your stop on it to where you have your drawer width right here, 19.5, and it will come out to 19.5 on the other side. That puts this dead center if you were just putting a single drawer pull on it. You can loose this, and this drawer height, the facing height, is 7 inches. Slide the top of that down to the 7-inch mark. Don't know if you can see that or not. Slide that down to the 7-inch mark, and that will put all three of those in your drawer center. And these two are the ones that I'm going to need, and all you have to do is take a bit, go all the way through this, all the way through your drawer. That's what we're going to do now. It's a good jig. And then there you have it. And I dressed out the corners and everything with pine, and that'll pretty well do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed that. It's something that I've been needing for a while, and glad that I finally got it done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that build. Hope it gives you some ideas for maybe something in your shop. Stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching.